So today, we're making the classic patty melt. The patty melt is a staple of roadside grills, diners, and restaurants as well. It's not typically what you think of when you think of cheeseburgers, but it is an absolutely delicious sandwich. Now the beauty in the patty melt is its simplicity. There's not many ingredients. You start with a nice rye bread, caramelized onions, sauteed to a golden brown, a nice beef patty and some Swiss cheese. Add to that a really nice classic patty melt sauce. Absolutely delicious. It's an excellent sandwich, super filling, super tasty. Let's get started putting this thing together. All right, what we have here is we have some chuck steak and we have some short ribs. I think this will make for a very tasty hamburger patty. I think the 80-20 ratio that you find in the chuck roast or the chuck steak will be fantastic. And then that really beefy flavor and a little extra fat from the short rib will be a fantastic addition to the hamburgers. So what we have here is we have 3 pounds of chuck steak, and then we have 1 pound of short rib. This here generally has a nice 80-20 ratio out of the box, so we can just take this, we'll add the short rib for a little extra flavor and a little extra fat. We are going to cube this up so it'll fit through the meat grinder. Mix this up, then we'll place it on a tray. We're going to take our cubed meat, put it in the freezer for about 20 minutes, allow it to firm up a little bit so we get a very nice grind. Our chuck and short rib have been in the freezer for about 20 minutes. It's nice and firm. Now we will take this and run it through the grinder. We're going to use the 4.5 millimeter die today. There you have it, 4 pounds of chuck and short rib blend. Nice grind. We're going to give this a little mix. Get some of those proteins to cook back up so we have a little nicer bite to our patty. You don't have to do this step, but I just like doing it just a little bit, just to give a little bit of tooth to that burger patty. So now we're going to portion this out into 5-ounce balls. There you have it, 11 5-ounce meatballs ready to be made into hamburger patties. Any protein press will do. I like using a plate because I don't have a protein press right now. There you have 11 hamburger patties ready to be made into a classic patty melt. Now that we have our meat ground and shaped into patties, what we're going to do in the next step is dry brine our hamburgers. Dry brining is the process of seasoning your hamburger patty and then allowing the salt to pull moisture out of the beef. And then after time, that moisture will be drawn back into the beef along with the salt, seasoning your beef all the way through. Makes for a delicious bite. So we place our hamburger patties on a wire rack, season liberally with salt. Place these in the refrigerator for about 4 to 6 hours. Now that we have our burger patties dry brining, let's make some sauce for our classic patty melt. Mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard, some Worcestershire sauce, apple cider vinegar, granulated garlic, salt, pepper. Whisk that up. Perfect. The main condiment on a classic patty melt are grilled onions. Let's make some of those now. one nice large onion. Into a skillet, a little bit of bacon fat. Add your onions, some salt, pepper, and saute until golden brown. As you're grilling your onions, to help the process along a little bit, add a touch of water every now and then. What this does is it cools the pan down slightly and provides a little bit of moisture and creates steam to help cook the onions. So our onions are nice and grilled now, nice golden brown, nice and tender. What we'll do is we'll set these aside and keep them warm to use on our classic patty melt. Grilled onions. So the last two items we need for our classic patty melt is some nice rye bread. Right here, I have some Jewish rye that I picked up at the grocery store. This is just standard off-the-shelf bread, nothing special. You can go to a nice bakery and get some Jewish rye, or you can use off-the-shelf, or if you're bold enough, you can bake your own Jewish rye bread. We also have some Swiss cheese that we'll be putting on our classic patty melt. This is the typical component. This here I picked up at a deli here in town. Got it fresh sliced. Now that we have all our ingredients together, let's make this patty melt. Into a ripping hot cast iron skillet, put your burger patty. Now it's already been dry brined, so you don't have to add any salt, but you can add some pepper. Once a little moisture begins to build on the top, you can go ahead and flip this. Once you've flipped it, add your cheese, add a little bit of water, allow that to steam, and allow the cheese to melt. Once the cheese is melted, allow that to rest. A little bit of butter. We're going to toast the inside and the outside of our bread. Once the insides are nice and toasty, flip it over. Add some of your patty melt sauce, top and bottom. Take our rested burger patty with Swiss cheese, and then some of our caramelized onions. Put that top on there. And then we take our patty melt. So there you have it, the classic patty melt. Rye bread, patty melt sauce, dry brine burger, Swiss cheese, and some delicious caramelized onions. Let's give this thing a try. There you go, the classic patty melt. That looks really, really good. There you have it, first bite. Look at that, cheesy, gooey, crispy, crunchy, and I believe it will be absolutely delicious. Boy, that is absolutely amazing. I can see why you can find it on menus almost everywhere. The nice caraway flavor of the Jewish rye bread, nice crispy crunch on the outside, nice and buttery, grilled onions on the inside, nice and tender, giving it a nice flavor, perfectly ground, delicious patty made from chuck steak and short rib, ground fresh, and that sauce just brings everything together. That Swiss cheese adds a nice punch to it. This is absolutely fantastic. All right, that does it for today. Today we made a delicious classic patty melt, super tasty sandwich. The rye bread, burger, Swiss cheese, grilled onions, and that sauce made it absolutely fantastic. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're still watching, thank you for hanging around. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you drop a like down below. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. We'd love to grow the audience of Cheeseburger Guru. Also, tell some friends we'd like to grow the community a little bit. Leave a comment down below, favorite burger, something you'd like to see differently with the classic patty melt. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you want to help stock the Cheeseburger Guru kitchen, check out my Patreon link down in the show notes, We'd love to have your help and have your support so we can expand the number of videos we do and also continue making some great recipes for you.